I can't just put in like 20. I have to pull my car off.
Not gonna get that.
All right, guys. We are live. Okay. So before I introduce the next one, I want to talk about this because they actually use this next method for different things, including the Heisman Trophy. So the Heisman Trophy, they take how many first place, second place, and third place and do something with them to get a grand total. But if you look at this, okay, down at the bottom, Trayvon Boykin only got 1 first place, 3 times in second place, 4 times in third place, and somehow has a total of 13.
That doesn't add up.
This doesn't add up. Okay? Hold on 1 second, Oliver, because I think you're already on. Right back. Connor Cook, 2 first place, 3 second, and only 1 third. Somehow he got 13 too. How does that work?
Ooh, they tripped.
It is possible. It is possible. So think about it. It's magic. Magic.
What? What'd you say? Repeat that.
He said it's magic.
No, him. He said it.
What'd he say?
Yeah, you said it.
What'd you say?
I said they multiplied 1 by 3 and second place by 2 and leave third place.
And you add it all up.
See?
Good job, Zane. Zane got it.
He's been in here before.
He's not been in here before, I swear.
I don't believe it. Not for 1 second.
He's a cheater. Okay, so what they do is think about it.
No.
Is second place better than third?
Yes.
Yes. Is first place better than second?
Yes.
Yes. So they assign points. Every time you're in third place, that's bottom for Heisman Trophy, you only get 1 point for every time you're in third. Well, if second's a little bit better, they get 2 for every time they're in second. Well, first place is a little bit better than second, so they get 3 points for every time they're in first place. So, Boykin got 3 points for coming in first place once. He got 6 points for coming in second place 3 times, and he got 4 points for coming in third place 4 times. Well, 3 plus 6 plus 4 is 13. Okay, same thing happens here. So here's 6 points for when they came in first. Here's 6 points for when they came in second. And here's 1 point for when they came in last.
Oh. And then you add them, they're all.
Then you add them all up. 6, 6, and 1, 13. They use this still to this day. This is 2015 that we pulled this from. Okay, this is real life math.
Oh, I see this now.
Okay. Question. Okay, so using this, tell me how many points does Mark Ingram and Toby Gerhardt have? How many points would they have? This goes back to 2009. How many points did they receive in 2009? Yes, you are going to need a calculator today if you did not grab one, so please do so.
Send it the same thing as your computer?
Huh?
Same number as your computer?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Is there batteries in it? Pop them out and we'll get some new ones. I did not even take the Popping batteries everywhere. I remember this year. Got it? And that last case right there, right above the orange one. No, the other side. There should be packs of batteries. That's good. Duracell.
Yeah, that made well, how's our division so?
What it says. Guess what? She doesn't have any at all.
28 mark plus 48 plus 28. I got 28. Let's add it.
Oh.
What is this?
That's my daughter's little sweatshirt.
Really?
It says jacket's going to sleep.
Well, that's cool. Why can't I get one of these?
Miss Honeycutt, she's got two twins that are sophomores this year. She gave me that.
Yeah, I'm getting mine.
Okay, when you calculated this, how many points does Mark Ingram have?
1304.
1304. Mark has 1304. And how much does Toby have?
1276.
1276. So they want to know what's the margin of victory in
Plus
the
28.
Plus 28. There is a 28-point difference between Mark and Toby. Right.
Sports betting. Where?
Huh?
That's a sports betting.
Oh,
Where?
What is that?
In front of the two?
so do you know how to do like
Plus.
draft games and stuff for like? Yes. My cousin wants me to join his league for free, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
For what?
So you might have to help me out.
Like, I feel you as a joke and I end up winning it.
You might have to help me out.
Extra credit.
Okay, so guess what? You just did the board account method.
This is actually.
Okay, so board account method
I
says
don't want to do that.
each place or rank on the ballots is assigned a point value. We're just gonna let Peter teach the class. In reverse order. And then points are tallied from all ballots. Okay. So what they mean by the fact that we're assigning them in reverse order means you. The next one will get 3. The next one will get 4. And it will continue until you get to that first place. Okay? So if there are 7 things that you are listing in order, your top person will get 7 points. Okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm all
Wait,
over
what?
the
Repeat
princess
that.
way. Okay? So it all depends. Let's say we're running 3 candidates. So it'll go 1, 2, 3. If I'm running 8 candidates, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll stop at 8. It all depends on how many people you're putting in first through last place. Okay, it's how many things that we're putting in order. So again, we'll start with last place gets 1 point. The next person gets 2 points. The next person gets 3 points.
Well, I get it.
The next person gets 4 points. And it will keep going until you get to that first place person.
Oh.
So how do you think we're going to pick a winner then?
Whoever has the highest number at the end.
Whoever has the highest number of points at the end. So it's the candidate with the highest point value. Okay, so we know that they use this to calculate the Heisman Trophy. Does anybody know any other places that they may use this?
They use it at school.
For different sports at school, actually. They use this for cross country.
For real?
They use this for track. Okay. They use this for swimming if anybody swims with Miss Thornhill. Okay. Borda count is actually very popular in the sports world. Okay. What do you think's good about this method versus what we've done
It's
yesterday?
legit.
Too legit. All right, I just got a really bad song. Sorry.
It's legit.
I'm glad that you stopped.
It's easy. I wouldn't necessarily say this is easier. Okay. But think about it. Yesterday, I only cared about what you liked. I didn't care about what you didn't like. This takes into account all of that.
It's fair.
Okay? It is. It's a lot more fair than the last method. Okay? So, you're taking into account everybody's opinion, whether they put you in first place or in last place. Okay? All right, so let's do it.
What?
Let's do it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Ooh. Okay. So we said the first thing we need to do is assign points. We said last place gets 1 point. Next to last gets 2 points. The next person gets 3 points. And our top dog in this one is going to walk with 4 points.
Wow.
So, this is where people mess up. Again, our big focus is going to be how many people put them there. So, in the first column, 14 people put D in last place. How many points does D get?
14.
14. Remember, they get 1 point every time. Okay? 14 people put C in third place. So C gets 28.
It's just 2 times 14.
So all we're doing is taking the point value and multiplying it by how many people have put them there. So this is going to go 14, 28,
42.
42, 56.
And then it starts over.
Okay? Then we move on to the next column. Again, how many people?
10.
10 this time. So now my column starts 10 at the bottom. 30 and 40. Okay? Your next column, we've got 8 people. So we start at the bottom. 8.
16. 24. 32.
Perfect. And finally, my last column should go
4, 8, 25, 55, 12, 16.
oh my gosh. 4, 8, 12, and 16.
That's what I said.
There we go.
That's what I said. What you mean?
Don't confuse everybody.
Oh my God.
Throwing that 55 in there.
What 55?
and whatever else you said.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I missed it. Okay. So now I know each individual column. Well, now I need a grand total. So I need to know how many total points A has.
140.
So 56,
140.
10, 8,
This is 140.
and 4 is not 140.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Wait, what'd you say? Oh, A. I went straight down.
None of them are
I did the
A.
same. That's
I went straight down.
Oh, it's got
That's
78.
crazy.
I was like, wait a minute. Ross be the year.
I did the same thing you did.
I was
That's
like, wait a minute.
crazy.
Next one's 104.
Okay.
Close to him.
Peter says the next one's 104,
104.
42,
Next one's
30, 16, and 16.
104.
Next one's 100.
It's 100. The next one. See?
Next one's 78.
Slow down.
78 is D.
Slow down. Man, they're like boom, boom.
Yeah, I did the same thing you did. That's all about.
Yeah.
You added straight down the column.
But then I forgot.
I wasn't paying attention.
No, I wasn't.
Okay? So yes, when you add C together, you're 28, you're 40, you're 24, and you're 8. You get 100.
Yeah.
And your last ones,
78.
14, 20, 32, and 12. Okay. So, who should win?
B.
Who comes next?
C.
And then there's a tie for third. So both of these would come in third. There is a tie for third place.
Now I see why track people be getting like tied in first place.
Questions? How are we feeling right now? Pretty okay? All right. Let's look at this one.
No.
Oh God, we gotta do it again. Okay, I'm supposed to teach you a formula way to do this. I feel like it is completely and utterly pointless because I feel like all it does is confuse you. So we're gonna stick with the way that we just did.
Yeah.
So, this first column, how many points should pink have?
5.
5. Remember, 5 people, 1 point apiece. Blue,
That's 10.
we're going up the column.
10.
10, 15,
25.
20. My next column over should start 8 at the bottom.
16. 77.
16, 24,
50.
32. Okay. My next column is going to go by 6s.
12. 16. 18.
Okay, Rodrigo, you really need to stop because you are going to have somebody completely confused. Okay, 6, 12, 18, and 24.
3. 6. 9.
3, 6, 9, and 12.
9. 18.
9, 18, 27, 36. Okay, take a minute and get yourselves a grand total for each one of these. I want to know, how much does red have? How much does green have? Blue, pink.
No one say the answer.
Right. Hold it to yourself for a minute.
Wait.
Your kid watches that? Your kid watches Mother Goose.
My kid watches everything. Her favorite show right now is probably stuck between Wish and Poof.
What is that?
It's on Amazon Prime. It's an Amazon Prime original. And Bubble Guppies. We had a Bubble Guppy birthday party for her.
That's what comes on?
She loves Bubble Guppies.
That was new, like, I was like, wow.
It's real big. They've got the first 3 seasons on Amazon Prime and she's obsessed.
3 seasons over and over.
That's great.
It's funny because I'll say, Riley, let's go outside. And she'll go, outside, 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 everybody outside.
Oh, there's the other page.
Go for it. Let's see if you can finish section 1.3 without me. I swear he just needs to teach this class. You sure you don't want to be a teacher?
He said positive.
This is a lot.
He said no, sir.
If it stays like this, I'll be good.
Yeah, math is the only math I've ever did like.
JD even said to me last period, he goes, Miss Smith, I might actually pass this class on my own. To me, the connection to the real world actually keeps you all a little more interested too. How many points does red have? 76. What about green? Blue. 99 and pink. 45. So we should be first place for blue, second place for green, third place for red, and fourth place for pink. Okay. The most common mistake that's going to happen is you're going to forget to add a number. Or you're going to add it twice. Or you're not going to pay attention to the number up top and you're not going to have the right numbers in the column. Okay. Try this one completely on your own.
No one say the answer.
And then I want you to answer this question.
No.
Does this example violate the majority criterion?
Something wrong with this calculator. Every time I press enter, it keeps going on.
Really? What number is that? I need to have Mr. Butts look at it then. Number 12. So it's every time you hit enter?
Not every time, like, sometimes.
Sometimes when you hit enter, it's going off.
What? Those do. How did you get 11 answers?
What do you mean violate? Like, does it not?
Oh,
It's not Montana.
yeah.
They just want to know the voters.
I don't know.
So, yes.
36 right there?
Yeah.
That'll be sick.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
What is the most number of first place votes that a person could get? 11. If you have 11 voters, the only time you can end up in first place is 11 times. Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Add all that up.
Let's do that.
What are we doing after this?
Good.
Wait, what?
Good. And look, you're even. Woo! I got the smarty pants in this class. Y'all are too smart for your own good.
Yeah.
You put it on there just
It is
to move
11.
around.
That's 11. There's 11 voters in that first place.
Good.
4.8. You
Whoop,
go on.
whoop.
So if there's 11 first place votes, how much?
What is it? Number 4, 0. It says, what is the number of the last place votes the candidate can receive? 0, right?
Great.
What is the most number left of the candidate?
Yeah.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this was valid. You guys know.
that'd be 44.
That's the answers on it. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
These numbers just go in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. So everything you're doing is correct, except you have to flip them all. So you only get 1 point here, but this is 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3.
I have a question.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, true, yeah, you have. 20 voters and 20%.
You didn't do it because you want. How did it, or you just don't want it?
That's what was this one. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it said me.
Oh,
It's okay to make
oh,
mistakes.
after this.
Seven more voters.
No, we can like try to figure it out.
Is it a coincidence that there's 4 that first and fourth place are
It will always happen. So if there was 5, 1 and 5 would flip flop. If there was 6, 1 and 6
The
would
first
flip
and
flop.
last depending on the numbers.
I mean, the points would be flip flopped, not necessarily tied.
Actually, 4 candidates, how many points you get? 1 ballot. So it'd be. Wait, no. First place would get 4, second place would get 3. I mean, 4 votes.
29 or third.
Thank you.
60 votes.
32 first.
30.
30 second. 19 fourth.
Oh, we only on the bag.
You do the all places.
Hey, I got around to checking most of yours,
Would that be 10 times 6?
and you were correct. Good job.
This is like the easiest.
Okay, the couple that were not, we fixed it, okay? So first, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
Would you say that this example violates the majority criterion?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because you don't have to have the majority of people voting for you. You just have
Who wins majority?
Nobody.
Does anybody in this election have more than half of the votes?
Yes.
Yes. If you actually do plurality, A has 6, B has 2, C has 3, and D has 0. Well, there's 11 votes, so how many did I need for a majority? 6. A wins majority. A wins majority with 6 points. 6 first place votes. But did A win when I did Borda counts? No. So yes, this is violated. Because A has majority. Okay. So yes, the majority criteria criterion is violated because A should have been the winner. The majority criterion says if somebody has the majority of the first place votes, they should win. Well, in this instance, they didn't. Okay. Questions? All right, let's see what we can do with these. Okay, my font is kind of small up here, but you have this right in front of your face as well. Okay, we're using the same chart that you just did. Okay, and we're answering the following questions. Okay, what is the total number of voters that are in this schedule?
11.
11. I've got 6 people, 2 people, and 3 people for a total of 11. Okay. Then it says, what is the most number of first place votes that a candidate could receive?
11.
11. If I only have 11 people voting, you can only come in first 11 times. Okay. Okay. So if you can only come in first 11 times, how many total points would that be worth?
44.
44. Why?
Because it's 4 times 11.
Okay. So you get 4 points for being in first place. Okay, because we get 1, 2, 3, and 4. You get 4 points for being in first place, and if you're in there for 11 times, you get a total of 44. No one should have above 44 votes. So look at what you had. Did anybody have above 44?
No.
No. Okay. What's the most number of last place votes that somebody could get?
11.
11. Again, if I have 11 people voting, you can only end up in last every time somebody votes. Bless you. Okay? How many points would that be worth?
11.
11. Remember, you get 1 point for being in last place times your 11 voters. Okay. What did we get for the last one? How many total points are in this schedule?
1, 2, 10,
110. How'd you get that, Sienna? Okay, so Sienna said she went through and she added the 29 points from A. Whoops. Go back. Thank you.
I'll go.
29. Whoa. Whoops. 32 for B.
And then there's 30 for C.
32 for B, 30 for C, and 19 for D. And she got 110. Okay. So that is one way to get your total amount of points. Out of all the points you give out to each individual candidate. Okay. Another way. Okay. Take a look at this. So you give out 1 point for fourth, 2 points for third, 3 points for second, and 4 points for first place. Josue, pick your head up. Derek, pick your head up. Okay. So as one person, you yourself are giving out 10 points total. Okay. You're giving out 4, 3, 2, and 1, which is a total of 10 for one voter. Okay. So one voter is giving out 10 points in this election. Well, if I have 11 voters and they're all giving out 10 points, 11 times 10, whoops, 11 voters times 10 points. will also give you 110. This is how you check yourself, kids. Okay. This is how you check yourself. How do you make sure that all of your numbers, when you did the method, are correct? Well, it's easy to find the grand total and then add these up and make sure that they match. If they don't, you did something wrong. Okay? Question. We got a couple more to talk about that are almost identical to what we just did. Okay? Is everybody good? I want to get this. Good? Okay. Now, I switched up your election. We only have 3 candidates. We've got volleyball, soccer, and basketball. How many points would be given for each ballot? So you as an individual person is what they're saying. How many points?
6.
Actually, they want the total here. So a total of 6. How did you get that 6?
Because if you put 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, so you give 1 point for last place. Whoops, I could spell last today. Okay, you give 1 point for last. You give 2 points for second. And you give 3 points for first. For a grand total of 6. If we add those up, we get 6. So Julia gives out 6 points. Malik gives out 6 points. Oliver gives out 6 points. Josue gives out 6 points. Okay? If I have 20 people giving out 6 points, what's the total amount that we're giving out? 120. Okay? Each person. So this amount is each person. So 6 points per person and 20 people. That means we're giving out 120. Okay? In an election of 3 candidates and 100 voters, what is the maximum number of points that the candidate can receive? Oh my goodness. Kind of, it looks like it. I don't have the answers right in front of my face right now, but it's already doing Mondays. It's gonna make my head hurt. Listen, if you ace this, you're teaching Monday, and I'm gonna sit back and relax. Mm-hmm.
I did it right.
Mm-hmm.
You had your class already?
No.
How do you know everything?
Okay, so place.
First.
First. Max means I'm in first place. Well, first place with 3 candidates is going to give out how many points? 3. So, you're always in first place. You get 3 points times 100 voters. The highest amount of points you can walk away with is 300 in this election. No more. Certainly less, but never any more. Okay? So now I move to minimum.
That's 100.
Well, if max is first place, minimum is Last place. It's the smallest. So this is last place. How many points do I get for last? 1 point. 1 point every time for every voter. So times 100 voters, so 100 points. It's the smallest amount. Okay, you can't go off the chart. So you're either in first place, last place, or somewhere in the middle. Okay? I've upped the stakes. Instead of having 3 candidates, I now have 4. So how many points is given out on one ballot total?
10.
10. Again, you get 1 point for last. So 1 point for last. You get 2 points for third. You get 3 points for second. And you get 4 points for first, for a total of 10. Each person gives out 10 points. So if I have 60 people, what's my total amount of points?
The 600. Wait, what?
600. Everybody's giving out 10 points. Times the 60 voters, there's 600 points available. 600 total points available. Okay, so then it says if A has 110, B has 180, C has 90, how many points does D have?
220.
How'd you get that?
You added them all up and it's subtracted by 600.
Okay, so if my biggest number available is 600, and I gave away 110, I gave away 180, and I gave away 90, that leaves me with 220 points left. So D has 220. I want you to try number 3 on your own, we'll go over it. This time I've upped the stakes one more time. You have 5 candidates. 5 candidates. Yes. 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 They're 100% correct, girl. Rock it. Don't make me. Well, you know how we talked about you can get the total by taking the points for one ballot times how many voters. So we know it's 600. So all of these should add up to 600. So that's a good way to check yourself, but don't make a mistake.
15 minutes ago.
Now listen. Principal.
I've been throwing by your desk. They got a screen thing on.
We did this one. You got nothing written. You're supposed to be doing this one.
This one, if you give me enough,
You want to start on it now?
I'm gonna finish this and start on it. I have good
What's your
Good. You want to start on your homework? Guys, when you're finished with this last example, I'm coming to you to check it. When I've cleared you, you can grab a laptop and start on your homework. Up on the board, you're doing 17, 19, and 20, only part A, and 23 through 26. Good.
Oh, they look okay.
Okay, you must have this to be cleared.
One. That's stick.
Good.
Come on with a stick.
You said 17, 19, 20, 23 through 26. Why so many numbers? I appreciate it. Why so many? Oh, I thought it was, what's the name? The radio, so.
The problem is you all have hated math so much during your lives. Good. So then just do C. You hated math all your lives, so when we teach math, y'all shut down even though you can do it. Yes.
Why there so many?
Not much, like $1.
Something, yeah. What,
470. Should be. Yeah,
Is this the?
he's there.
but this isn't gonna be 10. We've got 5 candidates now. So remember, you're giving 1 for last place, 2, 3, yes.
Don't come over.
That's 15.
She said, don't come over here, we
And
not.
add 1 to 135.
Well, listen, Amy, you're right.
I just 1350.
You guys are awesome.
370.
I love it when I quit. You're good. You guys are good, 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 good. All right, just need to stop. Did you start with this and then subtract it off all these? You need to start with your total and subtract off all this. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I thought I was about to fall.
Just my chair out of here.
Y'all